Hi, once again, I'm Ed Highland. This is DDW TV. We're talking about the many aspects of the world of digestive disease during DDW, and I'm joined now by Prateek Sharma, who's been here working with ASGE. You've got many sessions going on, all revolving around the subject of artificial intelligence. Give us some thoughts, if you would, on how artificial intelligence is transforming the GI practice.
Yeah, thanks very much, Ed, and it's a pleasure to be here. And as we were discussing, we've done this before, talked about important subjects, and you're absolutely right. Artificial intelligence appears to be a new and upcoming field in gastroenterology, but it's been around in medicine for a number of years, and a number of subspecialties like radiology, cardiology, oncology are way ahead in terms of their use of artificial intelligence in their practice. As far as gastroenterology is concerned, I mean, there are a number of areas where it is having an impact and will have an impact, starting from artificial intelligence in your endoscopy unit, in which the smart endoscopes now can help you find polyps, for example, during colonoscopy. In the clinic, you have these chatbots, as you're aware of, right? You can type your question, and a smart, intelligent chatbot will answer some of those basic questions. So it frees up some time for the physician in order to do that. There are AI-powered applications. So you can download an app, for example, for bowel preparation, or for if you have a patient with inflammatory bowel disease for their symptoms. So there are multiple ways that AI is gradually making it way in the field of gastroenterology and endoscopy.
Hey, hate to get to a baseline on this, but doesn't cost have a factor in this too? Because AI has it not only gotten smarter,
right,
but the cost of obtaining and utilizing AI has also come down as well, making it more available to the various practices.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, an example I give is like your smartphones. Right, over time, when the first smartphone came about, it was very expensive. And over time, they've added features to it, and that's exactly what AI does, is that you get more and more features built into it. There are some costs associated with it, but at the end, the downstream savings that you have. So for example, instead of having a nurse answering all these calls, whether it's related to a patient question from a medication or from their bowel preparation prior to colonoscopy, these could be answered by AI-driven applications now. So yes, there may be some upfront costs, but we are hopeful that it will be downstream savings. But most importantly, we have to do what's right for our patients.
Of course, yeah, of course. How can practices embrace and begin to utilize AI? What recommendations are you giving them?
Well, I mean, there are a whole variety of AI devices which are out there. First and foremost, you should identify what's your need, so from a slew of applications that you have available. And then, of course, the important thing, Ed, you mentioned was the cost, right? So what is it that you can or cannot afford? So you have to look into that. But I think it starts right from supply chain, right? I mean, either what you're stocking in terms of your gowns, or you're stocking your accessories for endoscopy, things like that. There are automated ways in which, if they are running out, they can be replenished, so that you don't have to have a person doing a regular bean counter kind of a thing, right? So that's a very simple application which can be done. The other is now clinic notes. So if you were my patient, we're having this conversation, wouldn't it be neat if AI is listening to this conversation and it's scribing all of it? So you don't need minutes after this meeting, right? So similarly, patient encounter, everything is in there. So when I walk out of the room after seeing you, Ed, the note is ready for me to sign, and it's over.
And that saves money, actually, in the long run.
Exactly, so. It does. And plus, it's good for you, because my attention now is on you as a patient, and not on the computer that I need to be finishing my report.
In the few seconds we've got left, what do you see? Do you see something out there that's like, what's the big next thing?
Yeah, so the big next thing, I think, are several things, not just one thing. All of this will lead to personalized medicine, which is that use big data from the endoscopy health records, from the endoscopy reports, from the electronic records, from patient texts, from my notes, putting it all together, and then using this multimodal data to provide personalized medicine to you.
Fabulous. Prateek Sharma, thank you so much for coming by and sharing your knowledge about artificial intelligence.
Thank you very much. It was my pleasure.
And this is DDW TV. I'm Ed Highland. For more information about what's happening at DDW this week, check out ddw.org.